So Hare Krishna, welcome Buddha Prabhu, welcome Tarun Tamal Prabhu,
Hari
and welcome all the devotees who are hearing and viewing and participating in that manner in our sharing the glories of Sri Guru. And as I mentioned in our previous podcast, it was Srila Gurudev's desire that I write something about my experiences with him. And I was looking for ways how to do that, and I found that now we have the opportunity to share very easily with all those who have some interest, some fascination with the glories of Sri Guru, who are endeavoring to come closer, make the relationship with Sri Guru more and more a priority in their devotional life, to help them and encourage them that it is a very wonderful experience, what to speak. It is the best experience in our life. So instead of writing book, I feel inspired to share my experiences, and I also feel much more the presence of Sri Guru in my attempt to serve when I can accommodate and interact with all those who are part of our family, who have also made the decision to take shelter with Sri Guru, and hear from their perspective also what I have perceived or what I am experiencing or realizing is sec or pertaining only to my own perspective, my own adhikar, and to share with each other what is our adhikar, what is our ability to perceive the glories of Sri Guru. It makes it more relishable, more, I would say, more complete. And it also allows me to strengthen and deepen that beautiful wish and desire of Gurudev that we are in harmony. And there is no more easy harmony than to discuss the glories of Guru. Sri Guru is beyond institution, it is beyond any worldly consideration. It is purely on the spiritual, transcendental, most beautiful frequency of that. So we today are inviting our beloved Tarun Prabhu to inquire, to share something from his own experience, and also if he has any questions for Bhudhara Prabhu and myself, that we can churn that beautiful topic. Yeah.
Thank
Tarun
you
Prabhu.
so much. Yeah, thank you so much. My Dandava pranams to you, Rajana Prabhu, to you, Bhudhara Prabhu. I'm very happy to be with you. And actually, since I heard for the first time that you told me, Rajana Prabhu, that Gurudev told you to write down your memories and what you have received from him, I was always inside. I was always waiting. When is this nectar going to come in my hand? Now, actually, it is coming. And as we all heard today morning from Shoti Maharaj, that very beautifully he explained that by hearing we are actually seeing. So I'm very much looking forward to be now with you, and by hearing from you, to see and to meet Srila Gurudev, because this is what happens by reading from the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami. I also felt very much to be with him, and this is when my decision came. I want to be with him always. I want to lead that life that he's describing, that he's giving. So hearing from Sri Guru, that is so nourishing and so beautiful. And I was really thrilled when you told me we can meet for this podcast. And thank you so much. Yeah, and there is actually there's actually one thing that came in my mind, and it stayed there. We were studying the Jaiva Dharma, and then we went through these chapters and beautiful, and all of a sudden in the chapter 21, something happened that this chapter 21 in the Jaiva Dharma, it is called Prameya, Abhidheya, Raganuga, Sadhana Bhakti. So in this chapter 21, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he unfolds, he describes the glories of Raganuga Bhakti. And after Vijay Kumar and Brajanath, especially Brajanath here, asks him in detail about the different stages or the different partitions of Raganuga Bhakti, Babaji Maharaj, he explains everything in detail. And he explains the glories of Raganuga Bhakti. He explains the two types like Kamanuga, Raganuga Bhakti, and Sambandhanuga, Raganuga Bhakti. And then for me, it was quite unexpectedly. So I couldn't believe it when I heard it for the first time. Then all of a sudden, Vijay Kumar is asking that, which type of Raganuga Bhakti do we have the adhikar to adopt? No, Brajanath is asking this question. Which type of Raganuga Bhakti do we have the adhikar to adopt? Then Babaji Maharaj explains that, oh, my son, you should scrutinize your own svabhav, and then you will see the corresponding type of devotion for which you are qualified. So then next, Vijay Kumar, he's asking, he's beginning to tell that he has studied Bhagavatam for a long time, and he listened to Krishna Lila whenever and wherever he found the opportunity. And then he says, whenever I deliberate on Krishna Lila, a strong bhava arises within my heart to serve the divine couple as Lalita Devi does. And Babaji says, you need not say anymore. You are a Manjari, a young maidservant of Lalita Devi. Which service do you like? So really, when I'm reading this, again, I feel this extraordinary surprise that, oh, what we are witnessing here by hearing is actually something, it must be very rare, very elevated, and yet it must be something that the human life is meant to go to strive for, to go to, like a sadhya. And then I started to think about it, and I started to remember how Gurudev sometimes, many times when I heard him, he said, don't make it cheap. Don't jump. Wait until the time is there, and everything will be revealed to you. And in this context, we also heard that some devotees, they even left Gurudev and they went somewhere else, and they asked that, what is my eternal, my Siddha Deha, what is my eternal seva? And even for paying some rupees or some money, they received some information, and they thought, now I arrived there. It was difficult for me to really understand that devotees are really doing that. They really think they can go somewhere, pay some money, and receive something like that. And then another time I heard that Srila Gurudev, I was not present, but that in the morning walk, how he asked the devotees, do you want to know your Siddha Deha? I can tell you right away, right now. And the devotees were astonished. And then Gurudev said, I will tell you now, listen very carefully. Your eternal form is Trinata Pisunichina, and so on. So I thought, wow, this is very, very beautiful. And then I always thought, oh, this is such an elevated topic. And it's still, I think like that. But then all of a sudden, it came in the chapter 21 of Jayavadharma, and this is practically the middle, the center portion of the book, and it's not even in the end. And I thought, wow, if this is happening now in the middle of the 40 chapters, what is there still to come? What more is there to come? And then I thought, I have to ask you, because you, both of you, you're very experienced, many, many years, the major part of your life, you're following the path of bhakti, and you're growing, and you have had so much opportunity to be with the pure devotees. And I don't know if it is too much confidential of a topic, but how does this happen, and when does this happen? It seems to be like a conversation, no magic, no secret, just a very natural flow of relationship. When here Babaji Maharaj, he reveals, and he confirms that bhav that is already inside the heart, and he gives that blessing that yes, you be a manjari of Lalita Devi. And I wanted to ask you honestly that what is there that I can pray for, that I can hope for, and if it is not too, I mean, intimate or some, yeah, like that, I would really like to hear something how you experience Srila Gurudev, how, because there must have been devotees around him who were very much advanced. So that how did Gurudev speak these things to his followers, and how is this taking place? What is your experience in this regard? I mean, it seems a little bit strange, but how can I ask in a public podcast what what do you receive? But then this is the Jaiva Dharma, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving it to everyone who wants to read it. So therefore, I dare to ask this question. If Srila Bhaktivinoda would not have put it like this for everyone, I maybe would not dare to ask. But this is I feel encouraged to ask, and this is why I was so much looking forward to be with you today to ask this question.
Oh, thank you, Tarun Prabhu. This is a very important inquiry and very important subject matter. Not, it is a must for any aspiring devotee. It is essential that we try to approach and have a clear understanding about this subject matter, that who am I really? What is my real identity? And how can I realize that? How can I experience that? How can I relish the happiness that is meant for me in my real identity? What type of happiness is that? And when we hear from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, automatically we will find a place in our, craving, in our search, that how can that happen? How can I also enter this topic, this area, this subject matter? And then we come obviously in the realm of Sri Guru. Which Gurudev is how Gurudev, how they are helping us in this regard. And also we are seeing that in our environment there are many examples of devotees who are entering these areas, and we cannot say that what they are experiencing or what is happening to them, it is right or wrong. This is not in our, yeah, we are not judges. We are also not meant to in any way, yeah, minimize or ridicule anyone, because it is a matter of the emotion and the inner, what we hear from Srila Bhaktivinoda, what is our natural, what is our swabha, what is happening within. And it can be just a momentary thing, but if one time in our life we say, Krishna, you are mine, or Krishna, I am yours, Krishna never forgets. So these things are very fascinating. Still, we would be very much blessed. We can hear from the devotees who have a lot of experience what is their realization and how did they experience that. So I want to request our Buddha Prabhu to share with us. He has received in his life a lot of nourishment from Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada directly, as well as through his services that he rendered and still is rendering, to the books and the guidance that he has received throughout his life. And I think especially I remember one devotee who we all know, maybe Tarun Prabhu not so much, but Bhudhara Prabhu, you remember when our Bhagavan Prabhu, yeah, who is one of the prominent, I would say, pioneers of the ISKCON society and received a lot of encouragement from Srila Prabhupada. We met him with Srila Gurudev quite a number of times, and one day he was speaking in New Braj in California, our yearly festival, I believe it was. And then he started to glorify Srila Gurudev, and he said that Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj is the gift of Prabhupada. You remember that, Buddha Prabhu? The gift of Srila Prabhupada. Because without continuous association with high-class Vaishnavas, it is not easy to proceed on this very, yeah, you would say rare and very uh, elevated part of Braja Bhakti or Raganuga Bhakti or Rupanuga Bhakti. So I'm requesting our Bhudhara Prabhu, Sriman Bhudhara Prabhu, to share with us his experiences and help Tarun Prabhu and everybody who is participating in this to benefit more and more from discussing this topic, this topic. Bhudhara Prabhu.
Dhanyavad. I'll begin by saying that I feel not very qualified to enter into the topic. It's an important topic. And one of the things that Srila Gurudev taught us is that it's an essential topic. And Tarun's question, well, why can't I bring up the topic? Because it's right here in chapter 21 of the Jaiva Dharma, very plain for everybody to read about. It's a valid question. And I think that one of the special contributions of Srila Gurudev is that he made us aware of this topic in some detail. So prior, I can only speak for my own experience in ISKCON, which was primarily focused on reading Srila Prabhupada's books and rendering service. And that's how our bhakti was kind of evaluated by others, by each other. How much service did we do? How many books have we sold? Or how many temples have we built? So there was a early phase in the movement where there was the necessity to build the, I guess you could call it the infrastructure of the movement, the basis of the movement would serve future generations of devotees as they would come into the movement. So in that time, Prabhupada would make pointed statements about the necessity to read his books. And if you read his books with the guidance of someone like Srila Gurudev, then you're able to distill out of what you read and understand the essential message of what is there. And I don't know exactly how it happens, but it may be possible that some person can read Srila Prabhupada's books and not get to those deeper insights, which are so plainly explained in the books. And you're a professor yourself, Tarun, so you know that in the classroom, it's a sacred place, the classroom, because that's the place where we go from hopefully with the mentorship of the professor, go from rote knowledge to realized knowledge.
Mm.
Professor helps us see the deeper things in the subject matter. The experience of the professor helps us to see the subtle nuances of the subject and how they're interrelated with each other and how they support each other or contrast with each other. And I think that that role is and I would almost dare to say, that that was maybe one of the primary, if not the primary role that Srila Gurudev played in coming to the West and assisting Srila Prabhupada's disciples. And there's plenty of historical evidence to this. There are many tape series and conversations and anecdotal evidence that Srila Gurudev brought this deeper understanding of the philosophy to Srila Prabhupada's disciples.
Mm.
And sometimes he would do it in a way where it was almost elementary. I remember maybe one of the first examples for me was he would say, okay, you're doing your sadhana. Well, what's your goal? And, the question would be like, well, become Krishna conscious, Gurudev, or, something like that. And, he would probe more deeply. Well, where are you headed?
Mm.
What's your service? And what's your what's your cherished objective? Why are you doing all the things that you're doing? Where is it bring you? Do you become a devotee of Hanuman? Do you become a devotee of Mahadev? Do you become a devotee of Gopal Krishna? The spiritual world is a very large, variegated place with so many different wondrous personalities. His point was that unless we have a very, very specific goal, a very, very specific cherished intention within us, then we perhaps may falter along the way, and we may become distracted by all of the different allurements on the spiritual path that present themselves. Very much like what we're reading about in the Brihat Bhagavatamritam in our little discussion group. Gopakumar's going through all the different stages of bhakti and all of the different experiences. He's going up through so many layers of the universe and encountering so many different manifestations of the Lord. And in each manifestation of the Lord that he encounters, he becomes quite attached to that particular manifestation, enough so that he feels, at least temporarily, placated in his deepest inner desire to get back to Goloka Vrindavan with Sri Krishna. So he goes through all these different stages. So in the same way, Sanatana Goswami is laying out in that very important book, you could almost say the essence of our philosophy. And the essence of that philosophy is that we all have an identity. And we all have an identity that is unique to us in the spiritual world. And Srila Gurudev's major contribution, I think, certainly specifically to me and a number of other devotees that I know, is that he made us aware that, that is the goal, to discover that latent potentiality of our soul, of our jivatma, and that it's not something that happens it's not something that happens randomly. It's not like, okay, well, we just get on the path of bhakti and we hop, and we go along, and then, out the other end of the process, we all plonk, plonk, we all end up in the same place. Part of the beauty of the process is that it facilitates the deepest desire of the living entity to actually have that latent personal relationship with the Lord. So Gurudev made that to us, and in his teachings, in his writings, he showed how we might aspire to our heart's desire, and he encouraged us, and he, explained. He would say Prabhupada's books are like treasure boxes, treasure chests. And he said, but in order to really enter into the treasure, you need to have the special key. So Gurudev provided that key, and as what I'm saying pertains to your question, because there it's clearly indicated in the tribe, and one of Gurudev's great contributions to the Vaishnav community, at least the English-speaking Vaishnav community, if not other languages that has been translated into, is this real understanding of what is Raganuga Bhakti. That Raganuga Bhakti is something which is at least potentially intrinsic to the soul. It's not, bhakti is not just following the rules. I mean, it is following the rules because that's how we get there. We have to follow the path. We have to walk on the path. But what is the spirit of the path that we're engaged in? Yeah, is it something that we're very excited about getting to the, to the objective, to the goal? So this is what I think is one of Gurudev's special contributions in regard to what you're talking about. And I would say that after having read Gurudev's books and spent some time with him and his advanced devotees, I don't know how anybody can look at Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy and walk away from it and go, this is not the essential purport of our philosophy. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give. Unat Ujvala Rasa Swabhakti Shriyam. He came to give what no one had ever given before. He revealed the most intimate aspect of God. The things that Mahaprabhu revealed and his disciples, Sanatana Goswami certainly being led by Sri Rupa Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, there's nothing anywhere that comes close to the detail, the specifics, the attractive pastimes, the guidance on how to cultivate these things within ourselves. So prior to that, Prabhupada had laid the groundwork. Gurudev would say that he cleared the jungles and he set the foundation. But then, like the visiting professor, Gurudev came and explained things that the previous professor had taught, but which we had not yet been mature enough to understand and to approach. I'm going to leave it at that. I mean, there's so much more I think one could say. Probably just in the most simple way of saying it is that this is a very important topic. It's the essence of our philosophy, and we can only hope to understand these topics in association with advanced Vaishnavas, who are there lovingly to guide us and help us. Hare Krishna.
Beautiful. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Buddha, for very helpful. I'm sure that the listeners and the viewers are benefited by your beautiful perception of what Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada presented us, comparing them to professors who are both capable. It's just that that is why also we see in the line of spiritual teachers, there is no such thing as everything stops with one teacher. There is always the next beautiful opportunity that we get to become more connected, more intimately situated on this beautiful path. I also wish to share a few things that you were bringing up, this beautiful description of Raganuga Bhakti, sadhana, how to practice. Raganuga means to follow in the wake of those who have rag. Not that we have or we can attain that in this present condition that we are, but in the future, it will manifest automatically when we take proper guidance. And Gurudev always mentioned this principle of guidance, anugatya. Srila Prabhupada mentions that. Why would they not mention that? It is the line of Sri Rupa. And we cannot say that Srila Prabhupada or Gurudev, or for that matter, Srila Bhakti, Rakakshidhar Goswami Maharaj, all these great saints, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, his entourage, followers, they were all situated and they are still guiding us. It is not that they are leaving us, they are bringing us in a family where there is harmony, where there is unity, where there is common objective. What is that objective? It is very clear. Our objective is to engage and embark upon that beautiful path which brings us to our satya, our ultimate goal. And although we may discuss that ultimate goal, and no doubt it must be established before we start on our journey, but when we have established that goal, we must now go to that place where we can prepare ourselves to reach that goal. Yeah. No doubt our goal is Gopi Prem or Manjariva. It is not something that is a secret, and it is not something to be afraid of or something to be discarded, or to reason that I am not qualified, although many will say that they are not qualified, and that is okay. They should then not listen or they should not read even. Gurudev mentioned that they should not read Chaitanya Charitamrita, neither Srimad Bhagavatam, not even Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Because there Krishna is inviting in all those beautiful scriptures to develop a loving relationship with him in a particular beautiful emotional state, either as a servant, as a friend, as a parent, or as a beloved. In the beginning introduction of Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada mentions that also very clearly.
Mm.
Now, if we are small children, then anyone may come to us. Gurudev gave this example and Prabhupada also. Then the parents may know what is the future of my child, and they will go to the astrologer. That was normal tradition in spiritual culture, that we go to those who have a view what can happen in the future. who can read the lines or whatever, see the, and then you can say a lot about the person. Buddha Prabhu knows that very well. He is a very expert advisor and also consultant. And with the help of astrology, we can determine so much and see also what will happen in the future. So the child comes, Gurudev said, and then the astrologer said, in the future you will be king. Yeah, he will be the king. Does that mean that the child, with that knowledge, he doesn't have to do anything? He will just be a king? No. Now you will see that throughout their life, they will prepare, they will find opportunities to qualify, to develop the proper understanding and to take responsibility. So in the life of our spiritual teachers, we see very clearly from beginning of their life till the time that they closed their manifest pastimes, we see a beautiful sequence, how they traversed a particular roadmap that brought them to the pinnacle of perfection. That is the objective, what they wanted to achieve, and they never felt that in this life, yeah, they could imitate. That's beautiful, very pristine, yeah, sadhya or gopi bhav. They could only share with us what is the process to become completely one-pointed, enter into a state of perfection or samadhi, a state of meditation that is unparalleled in the lives of these great souls. And we call that the process of sadhana and bhajan. Sadhana and bhajan brings us to the perfected state of a human form of life, and that is to enter the states of perfection that is equal to the realm in spiritual love that is called bhava or rati. And it is also mentioned, it is called to become aware of our eternal swarup, but not yet being able to act upon or act. Why? Because this body cannot experience the spiritual emotional state of that perfected stage, that vastu siddhi, or the spiritual siddha, yeah, deha, spiritual body. But we can reach up to the point of swarup siddhi. That means in this present body, we can see everything very perfect. This is my eternal identity, and this is my eternal service. And now, my next birth, I will get further training. Yeah. So the training process, the educational process, is the life and soul of the aspiring devotees. And to prove that, again, we see that great teachers, they will tell, yeah, from beginning, and we see that in Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's example. From beginning, they will tell that our aim and object is to obtain a particular state of eagerness, to obtain a particular goal, which is very, very rare and very, very, yeah, uh, auspicious. Yeah. And that Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, again, we mentioned that Anarpita Charim Chirat, Karuni Avatir Nakalo, very, very merciful. May he take place in your heart, yeah, and bestow upon you that beautiful inspiration to obtain the beauty of the service of Srimati Radharani's loving, yeah, interactions with Sri Krishna. That is Manjari Bhav or Bhava Ullasa or, yeah, the mood of these eternal associates, Rupa Manjari and Rati Manjari. In their life, Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Goswami, they exhibited the ideal behavior of a practicing devotee. They never imitated the behavior of gopis. Yeah. They only said this is the service of the perfected soul or the eternal associates. They never were imitating that I am giving tambula or I am doing this, I am running, but they encouraged everyone to become familiar with these beautiful concepts that are fully manifest in the reality that Sri Guru and Krishna, yeah, unveils to us and invites us to enter. That is the eternal reality of Sri Vrindavan Dham or Sri Svetadvip, Sri Navadvip Dham. And that eternal reality is always present. That is why it is called eternal, both in the realm beyond this material creation as well as in this material creation. There is always the place that we call Vrindavan or Navadvip. And in some universe in the material creation, at this very moment, the pastimes are manifest. And in another universe again, that same pastime is manifest the next moment. So there is a constant, it is always described in the scriptures as a roadshow. Constantly, the circus is moving from one place to the next. It doesn't mean that the circus disappears. It means it has gone to the next place. So Krishna's pastimes are always present, and we can enter into that by the process of mantra diksha, harinam diksha. Diksha means here taking the mantra, receiving the mantra, and fully dedicating ourselves to this beautiful invitation to concentrate 2 or 3 times a day, like Gop Kumar is showing in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, and like Gurudev is teaching us, and entering, yeah, with a feeling of the heart into the deep meaning, the deep treasures that are hidden in those mantras. These mantras will bring perfection. So it is not so much of a secret thing at all. It is actually an open secret. And where we find the greatest help is when we are exposed to the teachings of the professors or the spiritual guardians, yeah, who are not only professors, but they are also realized souls. And they teach us the principle of our relationship with Sri Krishna. That must be very clear from the beginning. Otherwise, we don't know why we are practicing bhakti. If we don't know what is my relationship with Krishna, then why am I practicing bhakti? After that, the process will be very beautifully outlined by them. And then we will perceive that, yes, I am coming closer to my goal. First, establish the goal before you start.
Mm.
That principle is so essential. If you want to know, suppose you say, oh, I want to go to Spain, yeah, or I want to go to South Africa, or I want to go to India. Then what is the way to go there? Oh, I can go there by road or by air. If I want to go by road, I have to take advantage of train or bus or anything or private car. There are many ways that we can, but we have to be aware that this is the map that will bring me. By plane, I'll have to go to the airport and enter the plane. And if I want to enter the plane, I need a ticket. Yeah. So if you go to the airport and you know that I have to take the plane in order to reach my destination, but you don't know what your destination is,
Mm.
and just enter any plane, yeah, and you have maybe not even a ticket, yeah, then what will happen? You will not be able to move forward at all, or you may get completely, yeah, misplaced in your endeavors. So
Mm.
very important to know what is my goal, obtain the proper ticket, what is the beautiful roadmap that has already been revealed, yeah, unlimited times. And in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Gita, especially in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and we see Srila Bhaktivinoda's masterpiece, Sri Jaiva Dharma, that roadmap is perfectly, yeah, presented. Now, depending upon anyone's adhikar, therefore, here Babaji Maharaj, that is in chapter 21, our dearmost Gopal Guru Goswami, who is an authentic, he is not some character manifested by the imagination of Bhaktivinoda, no, and neither is Brajanath or Vijay Kumar. They show us, and that is the beauty of history, that we can see examples, those who have obtained perfection. So see, Gopal Guru Goswami is now telling them, look in your heart, what is it, according to your own swabhav, your natural inclination, how you wish to serve Krishna. And then Vijay Kumar is giving his reply. And some person may say, oh, I have never thought about this. I also don't want to because I'm not qualified. That's good. Then don't read further. Go back to the first chapter and continue to read, because we will very soon enter. That is the same in every book that we read, in even the Nectar of Instruction of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. If we are at all interested in furthering our journey in the process of bhakti and enter Raganuga bhakti, then everything will start manifest after the most beautiful essence of all advice, that is the 8th instruction in the Upadeshamrita. If we don't want to know about Raganuga bhakti, then don't enter this. Stay in that area. I'm not qualified, no harm. You're not qualified. Then don't worry about it. But don't say that nobody is. What is qualification? The qualification for this. And Gurudev made that very clear again and again. So whatever we hear about perfection, and now we are seeing that in chapter 21 of the Jaiva Dharma, this is the introduction of Raganuga sadhana, the practice of how to develop a spontaneous relationship with Sri Krishna. And who have spontaneous relationships with Sri Krishna? These are our examples. They are our heroes that we want to take shelter. And more than anything, that is Sri Guru. Sri Guru is an eternal. It is not a person who is just manifesting for a few years in our life and then disappearing. He's an eternal identity. He has an eternal, most beautiful form in Krishna's pastimes and in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. And now that same beautiful Sri Guru manifests in our life in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes as he is, and he guides us and he encourages us and he tells us this is the roadmap. You follow the road and you will obtain perfection. Don't worry, I guarantee. Gurudev mentioned many times, I guarantee you, you simply hold my hand. Isn't it, Buddha Prabhu? I said, I know exactly, Gurudev said, how to go to the top of the mountain. That is where Krishna Prem is situated. I know every part of the way. Why? Because I have walked it many times up and down. I have brought already so many beautiful souls to the top of the mountain. And I want you to come with me. Just hold my hand and you walk. And then Gurudev said, what is it? You're walking, only two things you do. You chant your Harinam and avoid any and all offenses. And you practice meditating upon mantras that you have received, your Diksha mantras. Don't in any way stop with this. And if you have anyhow stopped, you again pick it up and you continue. Like it doesn't mean that when you stumble sometimes that you cannot get up and walk again. I will wait for you, Gurudev said. But try to firmly embrace these two practices, chanting Harinam and practicing, meditating upon our Diksha mantras, and take advantage of Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, Gurudev says, and scriptures are confirming this, it is filled with faults and undesirable things, an ocean, yeah. But there is one good quality, yeah, that is take the association of sadhus. In the association of sadhus, you will find that all miseries, all difficulties, all obstacles, they become insignificant. And it is very easy to improve our chanting, our meditating. And then the perfection will come. All good qualities will manifest. And then in due course of time that we find at the end of the Jaiva Dharma, and this is not something that has come to us by chance or by coincidence. It's not that Bhaktivinoda Thakur has no relationship, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, with Srila Bhakti Siddhanta or with Srila Gurudev. They are eternal personalities, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, now it should become available. And there again we find that same beautiful aspect of spiritual life. Spiritual life means a moment will come that we will want to enter in the process of bhajan. Not always active in this world, without cultivating our inner identity, our inner experience, our inner relishment of our loving relationship with Sri Krishna and his entourage, Radha and Krishna, and what to speak, all the great souls who are coming to help us. Allow them to enter your heart, Gurudev said. Your heart will become bigger, and you will find always surrounded by this beautiful sadhu sangha. And externally, try always to be with the sadhus and serve them. What is the best service? Hear very carefully. From those who have a taste, who are relishing the beautiful, sweet nature of Sri Krishna's Brajalila, Mahaprabhu's Navadvip Lila, his pastimes in Puri, his teachings, and especially the teachings that he manifests through his intimate followers, like Rupa, Sanatan, Raghunath. We will find again in the next chapters of Jaiva Dharma, the perfect roadmap is being offered to us.
Mhm.
Qualified or not, it is not the real element that is required, is only an inquisitiveness, and not only an inquisitive, but a very beautiful desire and eagerness. I want to enter that. And I want to complete my sharing with an example that I witnessed personally. And you may have heard that example, that one day Gurudev has many darling daughters. He always told them, you are my darling daughter. To every devotee in lady body, he would charmingly, with so much love and affection, allow them to feel completely protected. So some of his darling daughters came to him, and you know how ladies, they can cry very easily. So they were crying. They said, Gurudev, we are not making any advancement. We have no taste for chanting, for anything. Please help us. And Gurudev said, I think that you are cheating me, because I can prove how much you are advancing in bhakti. Then they said, no, Gurudev, we have no strength, no spiritual strength. We need your mercy. Gurudev said, I know how much you are progressing. Shall I prove it? Then they said, okay. And Gurudev said, I want to ask you one question. And they said, yes. I can give you anything, Gurudev said. Do you want me to give you the position of a maidservant of Lakshmi Devi in Vaikuntha with Lord Narayan? They said, no, Gurudev, we don't want that. Then Gurudev said, if you want, I can give you the position of a maidservant of Srimati Sita Thakurani in Ayodhya. Would you like that? No, Gurudev, we don't want that. Gurudev's laughing. Then he said, okay, I can give you better even, he said, if you want, I can give you the position that you can render service as a maid towards the queens of Krishna in Dwarka. You can be with Satyabhama or Rukmini and serve them, assist them in their service to Dwarkadish Krishna. Do you want that? No, 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 Gurudev. Then Gurudev said, then what do you want? Yeah, that I should give you. We want that you give us the position of being a maidservant of Srimati Radharani. Then Gurudev said, you see, I prove how much you are advanced. So when this desire enters the heart, then Gurudev, any guru will feel very, very happy. Any real guru. Yeah. Whoever who cannot accommodate this beautiful principle of Mahaprabhu's teachings, they are not real guru. Gurudev said they are not complete guru. They are some half guru or whatever, it doesn't exist. Yeah. We want the complete guru. And that is Mahaprabhu's representative in the line of Sri Rupa. And they will always emphasize, aspire for the highest goal. Don't think that you have realized that or that you are situated. We want that. And the more you want it, if you want something, we have experienced in our life, and there comes a moment that we become obsessed. The more you meditate upon it, I want it, I want it, I want it, and then it will happen. Like the caterpillar, the famous example of the caterpillar who becomes a butterfly, always thinking, like that. Very nice. I hope this was helpful, Tarun Prabhu.
Oh yes, sure. It was very beautiful and very nourishing. And of course, it opens now the heart, and more desire and more questions are coming. But it's very beautiful. I think when Vijay Kumar, he says that for a long time he has studied Srimad Bhagavatam, and whenever he remembers Krishna Lila, this beautiful desire comes to serve Lalita Manjari. Then Lalita Devi, yes. And I think, one cannot imitate that. When the time is there that this desire enters the heart, it will become like self-manifest. It is not, you cannot imitate it. So what I understand is that we can pray for that this desire may manifest in our heart, that somehow or other it may come. And what better way is there that if we pray that, oh Srila Gurudev, please treat my heart in a way that you want to come into my heart, that I want to, you take your permanent residence in my heart, then I think there's good hope that this desire will enter with Srila Gurudev in our heart.
This is the whole beauty that we are receiving in our university or our school of bhakti. The prayers of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur are very helpful. Narottam Das Thakur, his prayers, very, very helpful. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, these great personalities, they have given a wealth of beautiful prayers that are helping the aspiring devotees for good.
Thank you very much.
Much more we can share, but I think we have an hour now. I think it is enough.
Yes.
I think we can complete our podcast. The glories of Sri Guru for today, and let us continue. I think Bhudhara Prabhu, Tarun Prabhu, like we started with Bhudhara Prabhu last week, we can continue. This is a very easy way to share with each other and also invite the audience, the devotees, through whatever social media there is, to benefit from our discussions, our sharing.
Thank you so much, Rajanath Prabhu. Thank you so much, Bhudhara Prabhu, for sharing this. It was just wonderful, wonderful. I feel so much blessed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Buddha Prabhu and audience, thank you for being with us. And all devotees, please bless this wretched person that anyhow we can please our Guru Varga and we can become more and more the object of their mercy for everyone, I pray. This is our good fortune. And this is what they want also. They want to give mercy. And if we are aspiring for that, no matter what is our condition, we may be the most wretched person, no harm. But that mercy is available if we anchor and inspire for that. So we want that mercy. Jai Shila Gurudev, Jai Shila Prabhupada, Jai Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Vancha Kalpa Tarupyastya, Kripa Sindhu Bevatya, Patitanam, Papanepyo Vaishnavepyo. Namo Namaha, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.